Under the neon moon, Big Al's on the prowl. His mic is hot and his laughs a growl. From cigars to Memphis blues, he's got it all. Wrestling tales and smoky tunes, hear the city call. Howl'in with Big Al, the wolf runs the night. Cigars in the air, wrestling rings in sight. Howl'in with Big Al, where the stories ignite. Turn the dial, feel the bite. The river hums low.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Howl'in with Big Al. I'm your host, Big Al. And again, we're going to part 2 of Howl'in with the Amigos. So we have Cigars with Angel, Cigars with Kevin, and Cigars with Kenny. What's going on, fellas?
How's it going, Al?
Doing Al.
Going great. Going great.
Who's that guy keeps going sideways and turning
Well,
around? It's upside
Kevin's
down.
upside down and
How's that?
A little better.
Mike crooked?
Sideways.
Crooked.
There you go. There you go. Now you're on.
All right.
All right. So we covered a lot of stuff last time, but still want to get into some other stuff. So let's start out with what's everybody smoking?
I'm smoking, bud.
I'm smoking the Crowned Heads Juarez today. I'm going to put a little V-cut on it.
Gotcha.
I'm smoking the League of Fat Bastards, the Series L.
Nice.
And I have the Perderma Vintage 12 year.
Good deal. And I'm gonna go with the West Tampa Circle.
That was my other option. Went with that one.
That's a good
Circle of Life, that is.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
So this is actually one that you guys sent me over, and I really appreciate it.
No problem.
So I have to ask, what y'all think of the game today, the Philly game?
I
I
didn't
think they're
watch it.
still playing, aren't they?
Maybe, but last time I looked, it was like 30-13.
And it got closer. It was like 31-23 the last I looked.
I gotcha. Well, I don't even want to talk about my Memphis Tigers yesterday. They played around and played around and played around, and of course capitalized on some mistakes late in the game, and still won. But you know, I call them the cardiac kids or the cardiac cats.
Yeah, I'm an Ohio State fan. Only because when I grew up in Vineland, New Jersey, that was like our similar colors. As a little kid, I gravitated to that. So I became an Ohio State fan.
I gotcha.
But I did watch the Penn State game last night. That was a very good game, back and forth with Oregon.
Did they come out on top?
Now Oregon came out and intercepted the ball in the final in double overtime at the end of the game.
Well, I'm a fan of the Oregon uniform game, but you know, that's about it. So I just kind of wanted to, I had a great time a couple of weeks ago, so just wanted to get back and do it again. Of course, we covered a lot, found out that you guys are all family now, or as close as you can get. And of course, we met Christy and Gunny and Um, but anything interesting or anything that you smoked lately? Has it stood out to you?
I just got my cigar pack from the Factory Reserve Cigar Club from Banff. I'm waiting to
Oh
get into
yeah,
them. They look very interesting, especially some of those ones I haven't seen and you won't see around here.
I got you.
But
Um,
I've been smoking a lot of what I usually smoke lately. A lot of cigar clowns.
gotcha. And have you had the Goldie Grace?
Yes, I had. I have. I got one sitting next to me, just in case.
I got you. I got you. Well, I was introduced to is it Chafiat? Is that how you say their name?
Shafiat, something like that. Yeah.
Chafiat? Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, I had a See No Evil, and last night on the Smoking Sicilian podcast with Greg, I had the Speak No Evil, and they are both fantastic.
I have not had them. Yeah, I should check it out.
This is actually my first cigar since our last podcast. I have,
Wow.
I got you.
I just haven't had time to sit down and have one and enjoy one.
That definitely happens.
I do the close your eyes, open the humidor door, and just grab one out
That's it.
and see what
That's
happens.
it. I got you. Well, I kind of wanted to. I know each one of you guys have your not necessarily logo, but your kind of stamp on your page. Of course, I think we all know why Angels has the wings and the halo and everything. Um, and
Don't get
Kenny,
confused with no angel.
well, sometimes we have to put on the act.
Yeah.
Hey, the devil was an angel, right?
At one point, you know. So, and of course, Kenny, yours, of course, has a fish hook. So, is that fishing one of your big passions?
Yeah. Um, it's like a catfish. I don't know if you can tell, but on my arm here, this is a catfish that was on my father's arm that when he passed away. I took a copy of it and decided I was going to have the same thing put on my arm just for represent my dad.
Very nice.
So, and I
Very
have the logo. I have a
nice.
catfish logo on my boat. So,
Good
but
deal.
This is my original logo up here.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It had some tools and things, or are you
Yeah.
mechanically inclined, or is that a passion of yours? Or
So I'm mechanically inclined. Been a professional mechanic for almost 30 years now. Last 15 of them were with Toyota. So Angel designed that for me. He put the two wrenches on there and the cigar in the center.
a little static. Might want to try it again.
What happened?
I think it's
It's a
more
little
broken up.
static. So hopefully it'll clear up. So,
Who's it coming
your
from?
new one just seems to go when you speak. So
I
I
feel
don't
this
know if
time I
it's
can't hear Al. Al's keep breaking up for me.
Yeah, that's who's breaking up for me.
How about mine? Am I good?
You're fine.
Oh, so it's outside.
oh
Oh,
yep. Let's see here. Maybe how's that? Does that
better.
look better?
And actually, on my logo, Angel designed mine also too. I mean, I think Angel's done quite a few different designs for everybody's logos. My sister's, cigars with Christy, he did that one too. Did
Yeah,
Gunny's. So
I got. Well, I figured Gunny had probably was in charge of doing everybody.
I think he tried. He tried doing it, but it didn't seem to work out.
I gotcha. I gotcha. So, is there any big sporting events you guys are looking forward to in the future here anytime soon?
No, not really a sports fan. I don't watch football. Back when I did watch football, I was a Green Bay Packers fan, but I haven't watched football in years.
Gotcha.
I'm waiting for the Red October.
All right.
I'm waiting for NASCAR to pop up. It should
I
be
heard
on now.
that. I gotcha. Are they close to the end?
Yeah, almost.
Getting ready for their playoffs.
They are in playoffs right now.
Gotcha.
12 weeks left, so they're in the round of 12, right?
Yeah. It's been a while since I've kept up with NASCAR. I was a big NASCAR fan growing up. Of course, my dad was an Earnhardt fan, so
How could you not be?
I know it. And then, of course, too, I was a junior fan because wore his hat backwards and was a kid.
Yeah.
So, and then when Denny Hamlin was driving the FedEx car, he might still be. I don't know.
That's Christy's favorite.
Yeah, he's progressive
Gotcha.
now.
Gotcha. Well, of course, FedEx being a Memphis staple, we always want to support the hometown stuff.
That's my driver, Big Al.
I hear you.
So,
I hear you.
someone's in the background.
I just watched you win at Dover.
I got you. Yeah, he's solid. He's pretty consistent.
Yeah, he's got to get that championship some point.
Yeah, he's the second race.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that. Just anybody but Kyle Busch.
Oh, yes.
Anybody.
Oh, yeah. Anybody else?
And the bad thing about it was, of course, Earnhardt drove the same way, but I think he was just nicer about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So have any of you guys been in the stands at a NASCAR race?
We just went to Dover in July.
Yeah, me and Christy went to Dover in July.
Sweet.
It was fun. Good times.
Sweet. The closest I've been was when we had Memphis Motorsports Park. They had a Busch race there, and watched Kevin Harvick win in the old AC Delco car.
Mm.
So that tells you how long ago that was.
How many years ago was it? We went to Bridgeport to watch the Outlaws.
Oh, Bridgeport, yeah, dirt track racing.
Dirt track racing. Oh, man. It's been, I'm going to say probably 20 years now. It's got to be.
I got you. Well, see, that's what I grew up on. My dad was always into race cars, so he never drove, but he did a lot of wrenching and owned a couple that other guys drove for us. And then a driver moved away, and then he sold the car. And then the guy that bought the car said, "Hey, we need some help." So he went over and started helping him. And this is all I was, 8, 9, 10 years old. And then he became part owner of the car. And then when I turned about 12, he bought me a race car. And so I started racing. And we used to have an asphalt track that was attached to the miniature golf course. So on Saturday mornings, they would close it off, and that's where we would race road course. And then about 2:00, they would go in, put their cones up, and then start back. And then we lost that when they went in and they put the bridge in and, did all the fun car type stuff. And that's when I started racing dirt.
Was that all V?
That was 5 horse Briggs and Stratton tiller
Oh,
motor. My motor builder would take a stock 5 horse Briggs motor, and when he got finished with it, it was close to 10 horsepower.
nice.
And that's using mostly stock parts.
Right.
Of course, you could grind the cam and work the carburetor, and it was running on methanol, racing alcohol.
Yeah, I was always around the dirt track because my son's uncle used to always race the modified cars on a dirt track every weekend, and always in the garage watching them.
Oh
And
yeah.
they were always busy, always busy. Something's always breaking, so there's always something fit to fix.
Oh yes. And I remember days. They raced what was called a limited sprint. So instead of having a 410 like the Outlaws, they ran 360s, 360 cubic inch motors. And we would go and race at the dirt track at Memphis on Friday night, get home about 2 o'clock, work on the car till about 10 in the morning, fixing whatever was broken, and then take a nap, and then load back up and go to West Memphis, Arkansas.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's um, to know that I could sleep in the stands as a kid was I can sleep just about anywhere now.
Yeah, that's a funny story about sleeping. My oldest, who's 28 now, I think he was probably a year and a half. It was my sister-in-law and her boyfriend at the time. We went somewhere to some dirt track. I couldn't even tell you where it was. And my wife was like, "It's too loud for him." He passed out in the stand, slept the whole entire race, never woke up at all.
I
I mean,
believe it.
we were down low too, so it was kind of like, I mean, the cars were right there, and he just slept the whole time.
Yeah, we always made sure we didn't get up at least close to the racetrack until till race trump, because when they're packing the track, they're throwing dirt, well, not dirt clods, but a lot of those tracks are gumbo.
Yeah.
So uh um so when it's wet and sloppy, they sling it everywhere. So but I remember some those were some good times. And always a big Sammy Swindell fan. um Watching him and Steve Kinzer go at it back and forth. um you know just and Now there's a class called the Vroom class, VROOM, and they've gone back to what they call a B car, which is you take the you take the wing off a sprint car, and it has a roof with a ducktail on it, and that's how they run. So they call it a vintage class, and Sammy Swindell has been racing that class down here last few weeks.
Hmm. That sounds interesting. My oldest daughter, one of her first words was drive shaft.
Nice,
True story.
nice. So, have any of you guys ever been involved in that, or just from a spectator point?
Just from the spectator side.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. Like I said, my son's uncle drove. I just watched. Even then,
Yeah,
when they were at home working in the garage, I stayed away because I didn't want anything to mess up and to blame me.
uh, completely understandable. Well, growing up, I thought everybody just pulled the motor out of their car and tore it down and put it back together. Um, didn't realize the street cars. That's not the only guys like Kevin did that. You
Right.
know,
Like, I
and they charge you an arm and a leg to do it.
just sitting here thinking about it. Like, everything I have is modified some way or another. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Nothing I have is stock.
Absolutely. Well, my wife, she doesn't understand. She's like, why would you buy a brand new car, take the wheels and tires off of it? Well, this was mostly pertaining to Jeeps, because
Yeah.
we did the Jeep thing for a little while, and she's like, why would you take a brand new car or a brand new Jeep, change the wheels and tires on it, pull the doors off, change the interior? And I'm like, sweetheart, you just don't understand. It's Legos for adults,
Right.
Yep.
It's
and you can't have one like anybody else. You
that
have to be
you're it's
different.
personalization.
Most definitely.
Yeah, my wife can't understand why I want to build a 383 stroker for my 86 Suburban.
I can.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can. I know exactly why I want to build it.
Well, one of the funniest things I ever saw was my dad had a Mitsubishi Mighty Max, little 4-cylinder truck,
Mm-hmm.
pulling the open trailer with the sprint car and the tire rack and everything on it. He said it pulled it fine. It was stopping it that was the problem.
That's
Yeah.
it. Once you get moving, you're good.
That's right. That's right. Just make sure you can dodge everybody. So, any baseball fans other
Yeah,
than
I'm a
Angel? I know
I'm a
Angel
Mets
is.
fan, but
Yeah, I'm
we're struggling to
sorry.
make the playoffs. We're like battling with Cincinnati right now.
Yeah. Um, I'm I'm a reformed Cardinals fan. Grew up always rooting for the Cardinals, and here lately, a local kid that was supposed to graduate with my son graduated a year early, and then was drafted by the Boston Red Sox. Um, and then he's played in that system. And about 2 months ago, he was traded to St. Louis. So now he's here playing with the AAA Redbirds. And I may have already told you this story, or I may have said it to Angel, and his name's Blaze Jordan. Um, he won a few home run derby contests at 14 under, 15 under, and all the way through 18 under.
Yeah, there's a lot of videos on him on YouTube. A lot of
Yeah,
videos.
yeah. Well, where did Kenny go?
Oh, we lost them.
Yep,
Anything goes in the podcast, right? With us.
that's right. That's right. It's all live and unedited, so you never know what'll happen.
If you need another person, hey, we got Gunny here. Look,
Oh, that's right. What do you
right,
think,
Gunny?
Gunny? Hey, buddy. So, Angel, I'm gonna make a T-shirt of that last design you sent me of Gunny and Raul.
Oh, yeah, that was funny.
Yes,
With the chorizo,
yes, yes. Uh,
he should have never
Are,
started that.
are Kevin and Kenny familiar with Raul and the Chorizo King of Texas?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I follow the I check out all his posts.
He's a funny guy, but a great guy. Nice heart,
Oh,
big heart.
most
He's all
def-
about the community. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I had to switch. I had to get off your Wi-Fi here because it kept kicking
Um,
me out.
I think that's why my screen keeps flipping.
So,
Yeah.
Al, how's that cigar treating you over there?
It's not bad. I I could say it was one of my favorites, but uh, it's it's good.
I still enjoy the red over that one. Definitely.
And I debated on whether to smoke the red. Like I don't have anything bad to say about it. It's nice. But, um, you know, I'm 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 appreciative to have the opportunity to smoke it.
I got to smoke one with actually with Rick Rodriguez when I was in Tampa, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, I've heard he's a really cool guy.
Yeah, he's a very nice guy. His daughter is very personable too, and she's all about cigars and everything, learning the business.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, who was he with before he started West Tampa?
CAL General Cigars,
That's
basically.
that's what I was
So,
thinking. I just didn't want to. I just didn't want to say the wrong thing.
so the Amazon Basin was his baby.
Ah, I actually have. Raul sent me a dagger, one of the little ones.
Hmm.
I'm just letting it rest.
Did I give you a West Tampa Attic series?
Um, maybe
That
I
was a
can't
good one
remember.
too.
I'd have to go back and look. I know we talked about the Icarus from Jake Wyatt.
Jake Wyatt.
I'm pretty impressed with some of his stuff. So Angel, I know your opinion on the Candelas. What about Kevin and Kenny? Are you guys big Candela fans?
I mean, I'll smoke one if it's available. I mean, I'm not going to, stay away from it, but it's there, so I'll smoke it.
No,
Gotcha.
I do like that, the grassy, like hay type flavors and aroma that you get from it. But not a lot of people use it, so there's not really a lot of you know variety.
Right.
But whenever I see one, it's funny. Before they started becoming popular again, I always thought of my dad smoking like Garcia Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it always reminded me of.
I gotcha. Well, I will definitely recommend, you know, Silent Heroes Maverick.
Mm,
Yeah, I think
Uh,
that's an
yep.
it's a fantastic Candela.
yes.
And if you get the opportunity to smoke the Madre Tierra Candela, it is fantastic also.
I was gonna smoke that one this morning, but I held off.
I
I should
got
have
you.
smoked it.
I got you. Well, I tell you what, John is coming on to record with Rob and I Tuesday. So hopefully that'll be out the next Monday. And then you can save it for that episode.
Definitely. And John's a great guy. He's been doing a
Oh,
lot for the community, for the community lately, especially doing his live and just hanging out and talking with us and
yes.
telling us his stories and how they
Well,
started and just joking around.
absolutely. And sometimes we forget that these company owners, the makers, the rollers, um, we kind of put them up on a pedestal and sometimes forget that they're just cigar lovers like us. And I really figured that out with talking with Rue and Pedro and Val over at Hayes
Hey,
Gray Cigars. And if you haven't had any of their stuff, if you get a chance, you should try it.
Yes, they do make good products. Their cigars are very good. I do enjoy them.
So something Angel and I talked about was maybe doing this again, but everybody smoking one of Kevin's hand rolls.
I got a few. We can make that happen.
yeah.
I know
Nice.
Raul wants one. Raul's been saying, "Yo, how can I get one?"
Yeah,
We'll try to
Absolutely.
get you one.
Absolutely.
I did a live with Raul about 6 months ago before he blew up on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I cut it short because it was like a half hour before dinner was getting ready, and so he was on, and I just jumped on real quick, and we spent about 20 minutes yakking about different things. Pretty nice guy.
Yeah, he's 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 super cool, and kind of makes me want to run down to Texas for a little while.
Yeah,
Don't want to hang out in the oil field with him, but
right.
Yeah,
Might put you to work.
that's
As
for
long as we,
sure.
as long as we label Kevin's cigar, chorizo flavored or something like that.
Yeah,
That's right. You should design a little, just a little paper band and cut it out, and have him and Gunny riding the motorcycle.
I can do that. I can do that.
Angel will have that done tonight.
That's so awesome. You know, um, Sean and Justin were talking about AI on the last issue or last episode of Smoking Sounds. Um, that's the fun part of AI. But being in the pest control business, I'm not sure that AI could take the place of a human that does work like that. Or I don't know that a robot will ever be able to do mechanic work. It may be able to diagnose, but I don't know that it could ever do the physical work of a mechanic. So I think there's a few of us that may be safe job wise.
Yeah, I do know a couple techs that will run, different scenarios through AI just to, think outside the box. If you got one that's really tough to diagnose, they'll run it through like Chat GPT or something, and come up with some different avenues to go than just standing there scratching your head going, "What the hell?"
Absolutely. Well, and I know between Angel and Sean, we could have logos and posts and all kind of things for everybody.
Sean's a great guy.
I love that guy, and we talk
yeah,
at least 3 or 4 times a week.
Chrissy loves seeing their lives, not their lives, but their actual video footage when they do their streaming. She said, "I'd
Yes,
rather watch them, see their faces rather than listening to them because they're more funnier. It's a lot more funnier that way."
That's
I
why I'm
got to.
here today. Think about them.
She's got her WrestleMania shirt on, thinking about Sean
Nice,
like some
nice.
wrestling, some wrestling.
Um,
She got Ultimate Warrior, Jake the Snake, Big Boss Man. Trying to see Jimmy Fly, Bret the Hitman Hart, Roddy Piper, Hulk Hogan.
got old school.
Nice, nice. Well, with that being said, is everybody wrestling fans or no?
You have to be.
Yeah, definitely
Eh,
grew up on it.
I kind of watch it more in the summertime, but once football starts, Monday night football's on.
Gotcha.
Especially this week because I'm a Denver fan and they're on Monday night. So
Oh, good deal.
I
Well,
feel bad for him too.
yeah, I know. Hey, we're above the Chiefs. That's all that matters.
well,
Freaking terrible. They're awful.
Yeah, Chrissy's a Chiefs fan, and she's not very
Terrible.
happy this year.
well.
That's crazy.
It's
Terrible.
everybody's going to have a bad year every now and then.
Yeah.
During the Belichick Brady era, they had a few off years. So everybody needs a little wake up call to bring them back to earth.
Yeah, I think everybody finally caught up to the Chiefs' game plan and have no clue what to do now.
Well, I think it's all Taylor Swift's fault.
Well, we can go there too.
Yeah.
I only root for the Chiefs because from growing up in Vineland, the town over where I live now, Isaiah Pacheco is from there, and
Gotcha.
I gotta root for him a little bit. But besides that, they can lose every game.
I understand. Well, I'm a longtime Baltimore Ravens fan. Because of the old defense. With Ray Lewis and Ed
Yep.
Reed and Haloti Nada and oh, you know,
That
if
was a good defense.
yeah, just smash mouth, just and but the last few years, I've got some local ties to some Eagles. Jake Elliott, was at Memphis for his college career. Um, Shame on Cincinnati. They drafted him and cut him, and then Philly was smart enough to pick him up.
Yep.
And N'Kobe Dean, he's from the next little town over, called Horn Lake, Mississippi.
Nice.
Um, my son actually played against him. My son was a sophomore when N'Kobe was a senior. They actually won the state championship that year, and um, my son was a backup left tackle. The guy he was playing behind was 6'4", 280, and when they put my son in, he was 6'1", 220.
There's a difference. There's a big
They
difference.
they
Oh,
kind of
there.
looked at it, goes, "Oh, y'all put in the little guy." But he was just one of those kids that was never scared and would just talk smack the whole time, whether he was getting pancaked or he was doing the pancaking.
Hey, he gave his heart, right? He gave everything he had.
Sometimes that's all you got to do is get in the other guy's head, just
That's
enough to
right.
throw him off.
Well, when they were freshmen, the way they do it in high school here, you have your freshman team, then you have your JV, and then you have varsity. So when they were freshmen, they went and played the varsity at the local private school. And one of the guys, my son was just giving him the business, and he looked at my son and said, "You're just a JV superstar." He said, "What?" He said, "I'm not. I'm a freshman. I'm not even on JV, and I'm in your face all day."
Wow.
Nice.
And the coach said, "What'd you say?" He said, "Coach, I'm here all day, baby."
Yep.
So,
Sometimes you got to put that
so
out there.
yeah, yeah. So so that's I kind of sympathize when I hear Angel running across the country with his son playing travel ball, and um, that was sports was he and I's bond before he graduated. So when he decided, because he was recruited to play in college, and went and in camp, hurt his shoulder, tore his AC joint, and he said, "I'm done." He's like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I said, "That's fine." So I said, "But what are we going to do now?" Um, said, I don't want to learn how to play golf because I don't really have time. So I said, "We're going to do something." So I said, "I don't know. We'll play board games, something, but we're not going to lose this bonding time." So he brought me my first cigar on the Thanksgiving, and rest is history.
Hey, that's good for him. But now he's on his doctorate level right now, getting his doctorate. And that's some big stuff right there. Congrats to him.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, medical school it's kicking his tail. We usually on Fridays after a big test, we go to our favorite little Mexican place here, and he gets him a nice margarita, the
And some
monster.
chorizo.
No, no, we usually do tacos El Carbon, you know, steak, cheesesteak tacos. So that seems to be comfort food.
Nice. That's good. That's good. You get that bonding time, you know what I mean? Especially after
That's
something big and stressful,
yeah,
you get to relax and then just unwind a little bit and have a good time. Especially with you and him. You know what I
yeah.
mean? You get,
Well, he's my main smoking buddy. So, but when he's too busy, I just hop on here. And and that's what's the beautiful thing about it is, I'm making contacts all across the country. So um, one
It's
of
crazy. No, good.
yeah, my wife and I, when we got married in 2001, and we had booked our honeymoon in New York. We were going to stay at the Waldorf. We
Mm.
were going to catch a show. I think Cats was still on Broadway or second run, and going to do some things, catch the parade before we flew back home. And of course, we got married in November before, or right after September
Right
11th.
after.
So that wasn't an option. Um, so we've been working on trying to get back for almost this year will be our 24th wedding anniversary. So next year we're trying to get there for our 25th. So um, maybe I can get some pointers and some tips, some places to check out from you guys.
Yeah, New York's about 2 hours from us,
Yeah.
something around roughly. Depends on traffic because that George Washington Bridge sucks. I hate to say it. You could sit on there for hours, and it's
Yeah, I
not
can
even a
imagine.
mile long.
Yep.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter what time of day either.
I've sat on there for 5 hours on a bridge, on that bridge, just to cross it.
wow.
And that's exactly why I stay away from the cities.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
But
I
it's a
get
good time.
that.
Don't get me wrong. There's so much to do there. It's a very good time. I mean, there's something always going on. Like you said, there's a show going on. There's plenty of shows, plenty of places to eat. I mean, different boroughs, to check out, and they have their own different types of foods. You got, your Little Italy and all of them type of stuff. They're all over. You'll have a good
Yeah.
time, believe me.
Oh, I have no doubt, and just to be able to spend that time, just she and I, is I'm really looking forward to that. And of course, I love Italian food. Um, I love Cuban food, so I understand that that's two great cuisines to grab there.
Yep.
Yeah.
North Jersey pizza. That's the best pizza you're going to find in the world.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if you listen to Barstool, it's still like New Haven or something, Connecticut or something.
Yeah, but
But
I'm
he,
gonna
but he
have to.
does have some good ones up north, North Jersey and New York. He does say there's some good ones there, really good ones.
Can't take one guy's word for it.
No,
True.
yeah, I understand. We actually have a place here called Milano's, and they're from New York. So, um, so we love to run over there and get a slice of pie from them. And there used to be a place called Wise Guys, and they had Chicago style, and and I love cheese. I'm not even gonna lie, I love
It
cheese. But
sounds like eating a meal. It,
yes, but
a lot of
that was, the crust, it's thin, but it has a wall on the outside just
right.
to hold all the cheese on.
Yep.
Yep.
Um, yeah, so that was, even for me, that was a bit much. Um, but I'm a fold it guy. If you don't fold it, you're not
Oh,
doing it right.
no, no, you got to fold it. You were talking
So
about Mexican food earlier. Did you ever have beef tongue, lingua?
no,
Mhm.
Uh,
no.
you like corned beef?
Every now and then.
That's what lingua tastes like to me, anyway. And first time I ever had it, we have a Mexican fellow that works with us at work, and he says you got to get the beef tongue. And just the sound of it's like no thanks. But he bought some one day, brought it in, and I'll tell you what, that's the only thing I'll get from a Mexican restaurant now is beef tongue.
Okay. Well, you know, have you ever watched Finding Italy? It's Stanley Tucci. as he goes around and goes to different parts of Italy. Like one place was they specialized in cheese, and another place they specialized in tomatoes, and um, um, but
What
basically
Greek is for it.
it's really good. It's really fascinating. One of the places that he went to in the mountains, they specialize in rabbit.
Huh.
So, um, but and I don't know if it was that one or one like that, but they were talking about some of the best food came from the peasants. The peasants, the poor people, had to figure out how to make good food out of scraps or what they had access to.
Right.
And then the kings and the courts and everything would come down and eat the peasant food because it tasted better than the good stuff that they had up there that they were preparing. So, you know,
At the,
everything from the breads to stuff like the beef tongue, or um, I've heard of sheep stomach,
Oh yeah,
different things like that. That
yeah, tripe.
um,
that's right.
yeah,
It,
if you eat it and don't know what it is, you just sit back and enjoy it. And then when you find out what it is, it's that mental block that we have.
Right.
yeah, you can get that in a Mexican taco. That sheep's, stomach, the
That's
tripe.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Similar thing with lobster. I mean, lobster used to be food for prison, so they would just feed prisoners lobster, and then
yeah.
somebody figured out that the not food. It should be $18 a pound.
Well, I'm one that if you have to dip it in butter just to make it have a taste, I'm not I'm not a big seafood guy at all. Some things I'll eat, but um, I've had steak and lobster, but just the tail. So
I do eat
um,
seafood, but I stay away from lobster. Same thing. To me, it's just it doesn't taste like anything unless you cook it in something.
Yeah.
right,
True story.
yeah. Now we used to have a restaurant here, was a crab shack, and they had crab balls. And so when the waitress told us about it, I said, "Wow!" I said, "You ever seen crab balls?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "How'd you get their legs apart?" But she didn't get it. But it was just basically crab stuffed in a hush puppy and
Yeah.
fried.
Right.
So unfortunately, my wife gets embarrassed a lot by things I say, and but she loves me, luckily.
I get told the same thing. Please be quiet. Don't say anything.
Same thing here. I don't know. But we're lucky enough. We live close to Maryland, and Maryland puts out some good seafood. Seafood, you know what I mean? Especially crabs.
Yeah. Well, you know, Red Lobster's real big, and to me, if it's not fresh, it's not real. That's like calling Olive Garden Italian food.
Yeah.
Right.
True story.
I won't go to either one of them places. Yeah.
Nope.
I won't go, but I'll sure pick up a box of Cheddar Bay biscuits and make them at my house.
Oh yeah.
True
They're
story.
good.
Definitely.
So, so is we may have talked about it last time, but I'm kind of drawing a blank again. Like I said, I didn't make any notes or anything this time. Has there something popped up, a new release or anything that you guys are looking to try or want to get your hands on?
Uh,
Um,
I've seen no.
Yeah.
I just been trying everything. Anything I can see that I haven't tried, I'll try it. But no, I'm not looking forward to anything right now.
Gotcha.
I still
I,
want to try that. I do want to try that Crown Head Broadway though. See how that is.
uh, have you had the La Patissier?
Yes.
Okay. So, according to John, the Broadway is taking the place of the La Patissier. The Patissier is one Lajero, two Viso. The Broadway is two Lajero, one Viso.
Okay.
I
Oh,
usually
nice.
wait to get something special and then pass one off to me.
Most definitely, most definitely. It's I tell you, it's one of my top three of the year.
Really?
Yeah, it's really good. Now I've heard really good things about the Caratoba from Ozheads or
Oh, that one's
Oz,
good. That one's
Oz
really good.
family, and I haven't had it yet, but I've been told that it will kind of blow everything else out of the water.
Yes, I enjoyed that smoke very well. Definitely enjoyed that. I think I got that in the sample pack from the Cigar Vault for Real
Hmm.
Smoke. Their sample pack it came
Yeah.
in. Definitely enjoyed that one.
Well, that's and that's a really cool thing they're doing right now is a monthly 5 pack where um they I guess they pick out five to put in the pack.
Yeah.
And then once the pack's gone, it's gone. Um, but and I think didn't they have one from Stolen Throne this time or this month?
Yeah, it's Stolen Throne for this month, and they just had him on Thursday. And
Yes.
his cigar, the 919, is probably the only one I think I like to try.
That one was good too.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that one. It was good. I had it with the Penelope. It paired very
Ah,
well.
good deal. Well, speaking of that Penelope, um, I picked up a few dissident cigars that I'm looking forward to trying. Um, and I can't remember which ones they are. I know one's the Tirade and
That
maybe
was
the
good.
Rant. So I'm looking forward to those. And I got a couple of uh, Black Label Trading
Yes.
Company. Um, and I didn't realize it's exclusive.
You broke up there a little bit with the Black Label.
Um, one of Rob's favorite brands, but I don't know if it's because of the packaging or the actual smoke. But um, I think Dissident has gone with another factory.
They went with Northern Cigars. They're pairing up with their farms and are able to grow from where their property. They let them grow their own product, their tobacco there. Actually, that is one I'm looking forward to smoke. That Northern Cigars to try out
Yeah,
something they're putting out. You can't get it really. I think it's like one or two shops like in the United States that has it.
Yep.
I got. Well, let me ask you this: I know there's Sanj Patel is not far from you guys, right?
It's in Bloomfield, yeah, about an hour and a half ish, something like that. I've had plenty of
Gotcha,
his cigars. They're good.
gotcha.
I
Have
do
you had
want to
a
try his
chance?
Prodigal Sons. He has one called Prodigal Son. I think I want to try that one.
That's what I was going to ask you about because that's one that Raul sent me, and I smoked it at the TriStar Herf. Fantastic, fantastic. I've
I've
got
been smoking a lot of their gas station sushis though.
yeah. Rob sent me one months ago, just after they came out, and then
They're
Raul
okay.
sent me two. Now, does he have two different versions? Does he have a Maduro, or is it all just one?
Yeah, he's got a Maduro and a Habano version of
Yeah,
it, and just in different vitolas.
I got you.
And he was selling them
Um,
like around $5 a cigar. So when you bought them in a
that's
bundle, so
amazing.
they weren't expensive.
That's amazing. I think Rob sent me a Habano, and then Raul sent me the Maduro.
Yeah,
So
Rob's about an hour from us.
nice,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's in Tom's
nice.
River. Yeah, it's not far.
Yeah. Well, what about Marky? You guys familiar with Marky?
He lives in the Pinelands, he says. So that's
Yeah,
not far from us either.
I gotcha. Um, I'm not. I haven't had any Omerta. Is that
Me
one you
either.
guys have had?
I do want. That's another one I want to try. You're right. There's some I want to try, and Omerta is one. And he
Well,
does. His partners are part of the Sopranos. You know what I mean? Which is interesting.
absolutely.
Now I was talking
Well,
to him about because my cousin did a film with some guys that were in the Sopranos that he co-wrote. Is on Prime. It's called The
yeah,
Bastard's Son that he co-wrote with one of the guys. He was probably only on for 2 episodes, and then some of the other guys were on a little longer. He had like Frankie
yeah.
Edgar from UFC on there, so not a big budget film, but it was a low budget. It still got on Amazon.
I'm gonna have to check it out. That sounds really interesting to me because I was always a big Goodfellas, Casino. Um,
I just watched Donnie Brasco last night.
That's a good movie.
nice,
Yeah.
When you come up to
nice.
New York, I don't want you to see you going over the bridge to go to Bada Bing. You know what I mean? It's called Sat. It's called Satin Dolls. Really, the actual strip
Yeah,
club is called Satin Dolls. I pass by it all the time at work during work hours. You know what I mean? It's kind of funny.
gotcha, gotcha. What's that lunch special?
Crabs.
Well, we have one that's pretty synonymous with Memphis. It's called the Pony, and um, there was a sign because or their billboard because they're sending the National Guard, here into Memphis. That said, National Guardmen get in for free. So there's all kind of people standing out there in camouflage.
Right?
Yeah, I heard Mick talking about all they're coming in and settling things a little bit, and there's been less crime lately.
Well, you know, it's just like any other metropolitan area. You have to pay attention,
Yep.
but if you listen to the news or what people say, I mean, you think you're going to drive across the border, somebody's going to stick you up, carjack you, and then drive a mile, take your rims, strip it. They're on 240, and that's how you're going to be left, and then you're going to be accosted, and all your money's going to be gone. But you know, again, just like any other metropolitan area, if there's places you don't go, um, and then there's some that you go in the daytime and don't go at night. You just have
Yeah,
to,
we have them not too far. We live close to Philadelphia. It's the same way. You go across the bridge
yeah,
of Jersey, it's Camden, New Jersey, and we have those areas close to us.
yeah.
Even Atlantic
So,
City sometimes. I hate to say it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, I
that's
can imagine.
25 minutes from us.
Gotcha, gotcha.
I think you
Well,
just need to always be aware of your surroundings.
most definitely. I mean, that's anywhere you go.
Yeah,
Um,
my wife makes fun of me every time we go to a restaurant. I always face the door. She's like, "Why always face the door?" I said, "Because I want to know who's coming through the door. I can tell you
that's
to
right.
duck and get down, and I'm going out the door."
That's right. Always have that escape plan.
Yep.
I have a buddy of mine that he doesn't make any qualms about it. He'll ask you to move so that he can sit with his back to the wall so he
Yep.
can see the door.
I always
Um,
do.
and I always defer. He is a pilot. Um, he did spend a little time in the military, so I trust his judgment, and I trust his aim more than anything,
Gotta have
Yeah,
good aim.
yeah. I've been
for
plenty of
sure.
times to Camden, and I'll be there working, and I've had gang members come to me and said, "Look, I know you're working, but you don't want to be here in like 20 minutes. You may want to hurry up and get out of here." And I've also been there when the cop said, "We're about to do a sweep, and just hurry up a little bit so we can do our job."
Gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha.
I don't know if you remember there was a DC sniper, the guy and the
Hmm.
kid. Man, I used to go underneath the house they were at in Camden, and like 3:30 in the morning. I told my wife that. She's like, I says, I drove right by the house every day. So never bothered me, but
Yeah.
things you got to do.
Well, most of the time, and respectfully, if somebody's, they got some kind of soul, so they're giving you the chance to kind of move along and stay safe. Um, I'm in pest management, so we used to service a motel over in a shady part of town, and the technician that serviced it mostly told me one day he saw a gang war between the prostitutes and the transvestites. So um, I bet that was a sight, but I'm glad I didn't witness it.
Yeah, I mean, I remember one time I delivered in Camden. I never carried my wallet in anywhere because in summertime it gets hot, gets wet, and everything inside of it's soaked. So I left it in the truck. Came out and my wallet was gone. Well, I saw a little kid walking around my truck. So I chased him through the projects.
Yeah,
Called him and told him, it says, all I want is the wallet with the license. I don't care about anything else in it. You can have the cash in it, whatever. I just want the license.
yeah.
And I finally walked him back to where he threw the wallet. I says, you didn't think I was going to chase you, did you? He says, no. I says, just remember, I let you go. Somebody else might not.
Right.
Apparently, a lot of our stories ends up in Camden. So
I mean, I watched a casket come out of somebody's house at a funeral. So, I mean, that was fun.
Yeah. Oh,
I
there
used to
was
work it when I worked in Camden. I said, I'll be working there, and the prostitute gets picked up, goes around the block, gets dropped off right next to the drug dealer that's just selling drugs, and the other guy's walking down the street selling needles, and the cops are across the street just watching. It's crazy
yeah.
there. It's like Zombieland a little bit there because you see a
I
lot
get you.
of crazy stuff there.
Well, the neighborhood I grew up in, there was a little motel just down from the neighborhood entrance, and it was called the Rebel Inn, and of course it rented rooms by the hour, and so that was always the running joke. And then even after I moved away and the name of it changed, the company I worked for was doing treatments on it, and we had specific windows that we could treat rooms because they were reserved for certain hours. So,
Mm. Yeah.
uh, it's good to have a little bit of that street smarts along with some book smarts these days.
Yes, it is.
I
But I'm
grew up with it a little bit myself growing up in Vineland because we were in Vineland is like the biggest area wise in New Jersey. So you got your country living, and you come into town is more your town kind of ghetto area in the mid center city. And if I've been around the Jamaicans and selling drugs and guns all over the table, and I never partaked in any of it, just friends that were
right.
associated with them. And it's just like, you know what I mean? There's those street smarts you get growing up. You learn when you get older, like, all right, you can kind of recognize the situation. Like, I don't want to be in there because I know what's going to happen.
Oh, for sure. And you the biggest thing you learn is how to get out of situations like that,
Yes.
or how to recognize them and get away before something actually goes down.
Yep.
Um, Part of my job is termite inspections, and I did a house that a friend of mine grew up in, and this was years later after he had moved away, and it was a conventional foundation, so it's up on blocks and you crawl
Yep.
underneath it. So I had knocked on the door, nobody answered, so I crawl under, get to doing my job, and so I finish up and I'm going out, and sitting above the crawl space door is this looks like a brick. It's wrapped in plastic and duct tape. And I said, "Well, I'm out of here now. I'm not doing anything else. I'm going to get in the truck, I'm pulling off, I'm getting out of here."
Yeah, I don't
Yep.
blame you.
So just little things like that. You figure out. I'm like, hey, if somebody hears me under here, they think I'm trying to catch the stash, and could end up really bad.
Yep.
But that's been over 20 years ago. So I'm getting too old to crawl around on my belly.
True story. So we're switched up to the Silent Hero 1,000-yard stare.
Nice. Nice. How many of those do you have left?
4.
Nice. I
3
sent
just
my
came
last
in.
one. I sent my
I just got
last one over to Raul.
I got 3 just came in from Toro.
I gotcha. That
This one,
was.
that's a finger burner. That's a great cigar.
I heard that.
Yeah,
That's
League of Fat Bastards was good too.
yeah. I haven't. I'm gonna have to figure out where to pick some of those up. I'm not a big order online, but I'm gonna have to get a hold of some of the stuff that I really want to try.
Your nature
That's.
preserve back here is going off.
I
Yeah, we
heard
live next
that.
to a nature preserve.
Yeah. Well, our buddy Mick on Real Smoke, he's got the geese.
Yeah.
Um, and then when Bryce was going on for the 1,000-yard stare, he had the bird in the shed.
Yes, he did.
We felt a little neglected on the lounge life because we didn't get the bird.
I don't know. I thought Mick was going to actually get up and just walk away the other night and go after some of them geese.
Could you
Between that
imagine?
and the street racing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, the interview on Real Smoke last week with Lee, I thought that was one of the best interviews that Lee's done that I've seen.
Yeah, I
Um,
feel like he opened up a lot more there.
yeah, he's a nice guy. He always answers questions, but it's you don't nobody's really got him talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think Mick and Charles got him actually talking, and he had a lot of good stuff to say, and so and I'm still looking for that Preakness 150.
Yeah, we have a friend of ours that always goes down towards Williamsburg, and he always runs into Lee Marsh all the time and talks to him and tells us the stories about their conversations and the cigars that are going on, and it's pretty cool. You know what I mean? At least he's personable and he talks to everyone, whatever. That's good to know
Yeah,
because you don't get many of like you said, many people that open up to you and like give you their time.
right, right. Well, that's like John Huber. When you can carve out some time for him, he only does interviews during work hours. He's like, that's part of my work. I enjoy doing it, enjoy talking with people, but when I leave the office, cigar stuff stays there. And when I'm at home, I'm dad, I'm husband, and I can certainly respect that. But he's got some great stories too. And we've talking with Hunter from Sir Louis. Um, he's wild. Um, we have another one that we're working on Lounge Life that's going to be pretty. Um, I don't want to say too much about it, but it may get pretty wild. So we'll
Yeah,
look
but they're
for.
the fun ones. You know, when the people are just like uptight and stuff like that, you don't really want to watch those. You want these people to come out of their shells, I should say.
Yeah, well, and that's like with Bryce. I know with 1,000-yard stare, he seemed a little more at ease doing this stuff, and whereas on the front end he was a little more reserved too. But Bryce is a hell of a guy. Um, like I said, Rue and Pedro and Val at Hayes Gray, super awesome folks. Um, there's a lot of great people. That guy in New Jersey that hand rolls, Kevin, he's pretty cool. Um, just one of us.
I got the
Well,
have one.
and Sanj too. He's awesome.
Oh, you ever see Sanj live? That
Yes,
guy is crazy. Great time. He sounds like a good guy.
for
He's
sure.
very generous too, from what I understand. You go to a cigar shop and he's got something hiding in his basement, some good stuff. He
Hmm.
says, "If I got it, you want to smoke it? As long as you smoke it here, you can have at it." Like
Nice.
like stuff that he's spent thousands, $10,000 on, whatever, a box or whatever. He said, "You want to
Yeah.
smoke it? Someone's got to smoke it, but as long as you smoke it here, you're good."
Gotcha. Gotcha. Did we cut you off, Kevin? I didn't mean to do that.
No, I just said I read you loud and clear. I'll have one coming your way.
No, I appreciate it. I certainly do. But you know, I'm the cigar dudes have one coming up that's going to be pretty awesome.
Oh yes,
The Ish versus AI.
I've
Ish
been
is
on
another
Discord
one of
with
those.
them. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
been on Discord with them, and they just keep talking about it and talking about it, how they're going to handle this whole situation, how they want to do it, how to set it up, and like how the cigars are numbered, and everyone's not going to smoke the same cigar at the same time, so they can't like say, "Oh, I'm getting this out of it," and so the next person say, "Oh yeah, I get the same thing." Now they want everyone's own opinion on it and every
Hmm.
cigar, and I just can't wait for that episode.
Yeah. Well, you know, we were. I went on with Greg, Thin Red and Blue Line, the Smoking Sicilian, last night, and Frank from up you guys' way, from the Jersey Cigar Mafia and Drunken Corner, was on,
Mm-hmm.
and that's something he was talking about, was um, just not being able to pull notes. And of course, Ish says there are no notes in a cigar; it's flavors. Um,
Yeah,
and don't call it a stick, because it's not a stick; it's
or
leaves.
say transition.
Yes, and a cigar doesn't transition; the flavors change. So,
Or drink
and
Dr.
and
Pepper.
and don't drink Dr. Pepper. Yeah, which that's one of my favorite things to have with a cigar. And there's got to be something in those 23 flavors that that hits.
So I'm going to see Ish down in Tampa when I go to the Ybor City Cigar Festival. I should bring him a
Yeah,
Dr. Pepper.
there you go. And if you can, get him a sticker from Hayes Gray that says "We've got your sticks."
Mm.
So, although
I
they've,
messaged Angel the other night when they were on, and I said, I think Ish is going through 8 cigarettes since I've watched this, and I've only been watching for like 45 minutes.
It's Winston.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
he's going to
I
smoke a whole
mean,
pack tonight.
he
And drink
is
a whole
he is
bottle of
a
wine.
he is a high energy individual.
Yes.
So,
Yes. I spent a
I'm
lot of late
interested.
nights talking to that guy. A lot of late nights talking to him, like 2 in the morning. Well, 1 in the
Well, and
morning, because
he
that's when
is a
his dinner time.
he is a wealth of knowledge. Um, in fact, he's the one that blended Thousand Yard Stare.
Yep.
So um, I'm really looking forward to Bryce's new core line, or his second core line.
Yes.
And of course, Hayes Gray has announced they're starting their second core line.
Yes, you're
So
right. And his factories, the factory reserve for, you got these, the 2 of
yes,
them, and you got these other 3, which are cool labels.
yeah, I noticed the bands on all of them were super cool, and it's his Around the World, isn't it? The Banff Around the World.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
I've had a few of these, and the flavors change throughout for being what, like 17 different countries in it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Is it 17? So that's amazing.
And there's what is Phantom and Fury has what, like 11
Yes,
maybe.
gotcha. Now, that's not an HDA, is it?
No, this is the Phantom and Fury's another brand he rolls for,
I
which
gotcha.
is
I gotcha.
Jake from Toro. It's
Okay.
his line.
Okay.
And that one's good too. I've had the Around the World and the Fathom and Fury. I haven't had the other three, which I'm looking forward to them. Because
Gotcha.
you can't get them around here. You know, he rolls for so many different companies that are all over the world, and we won't see them in the States. And he's bringing them out.
That's awesome. And it's a great price from what I understand. It's what, like $35?
$35, and that includes shipping.
Man. So you're talking less than what, $7, $8 a piece?
What,
Yeah, he
five
said
cigars?
5 cigars. He said so
It's
every pack could be 5 to 6.
$5 a piece.
So you can't beat that.
No, no. And I can't remember if I asked this the last time, but have any of you guys tried the Stoke?
I have not. That's the
It's
CAO one. No, I have not, because that has that pipe tobacco in it.
yes, it's
There's a local shop by where I work. They carry it there. I've been meaning to pick a couple up for us.
Someone should pick one up for me too, right?
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
have.
We're thinking Al May and Froze, and Kevin went sideways.
Yep.
well, I was just trying to talk through it because I mean all the screens went black. But I know Sean and Justin are going on to Pipe and Tamper with Jay Furman and Bo to smoke that one. So,
Oh, nice.
and the Outcast also has pipe tobacco in it.
That's the one I just gave Chrissy to smoke.
Nice. I've got one of those too. Like I said, I'm just um, I wanted to do a post where I put Sean and Justin on the iPad and then put the Stoke in front of, not the Stoke, but the Outcast in front of it. Just bringing attention. But I just haven't got around to doing it, and I feel bad, but not bad
You'll make
enough
it work.
to
It'll come
hurry up
around.
and do it. Yeah. So, but no, I'm pretty psyched to talk with John and Juana next week.
Yes.
So,
Juana's the brains, right? That's what we're gonna go with. Juana's our favorite.
well, I know she's the muscle anyway. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get Kevin and Kenny to smoke some of their cigars because they're actually pretty good. They're really good.
Yeah, I think so too. Um, this circle, it got better through the middle, and now here in this last third, it's starting to go a little bitter for what I like. But I mean, the construction's great. I can't, I've just gotten to where I won't say it's a bad cigar. It just doesn't hit my palate.
Yeah, it's like I do enjoy it, but I still go back to the West Tampa Red or the Attic series, or more my favorite out of their line. I've had their Dark Times, and some people say, "Oh, the Dark Times is good." For me, it just wasn't my palate, or maybe I just need to smoke another
Hmm.
one. But at around $30 a cigar, yeah,
Yeah, that makes it tough. Well, um, my son and I had the opportunity to smoke a couple of Davidoff cigars. I had the Anniversario, and he had I think I had the Anniversario number 2, and he had the Churchill, and both of those were right down. The Churchill hit his palate perfectly, and the other one hit mine. And I wanted to hate it going in. I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to smoke this, but I'm not going to like it. It's too expensive. I want to see what all the hype's about." Man, I couldn't. I can't lie. It was really enjoyable smoke and flawless construction. It was really good. Um, don't know that I'll pick another one up anytime soon, but it's a great special occasion stick for sure.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to go in with an open mind when you get some of these other cigars and just try to enjoy it and see where it goes. And sometimes you might like it, sometimes you don't.
Yeah, the last Davidoff I've had was the
Yeah,
Royal
well,
Release. The last Davidoff cigar I had was the Royal Release, and I bought it for New Year's. I smoked it when at like a New Year's here, and I was like, it wasn't hitting me right, and it cost me about like $85 a cigar for the cigar. I said, New
yeah,
Year's, why not? Just do it. But I did get some free dominoes from from the place I bought it at, like the whole domino set, and I got some free
gotcha.
stuff. So I was like, yeah, maybe it was a little worth it or whatever. I could play with dominoes and all kind and the other stuff they sent me or gave me. You know what I mean? Said and
Yeah,
I made out a little bit.
I
Me and my neighbor,
gotcha.
we got together and bought Davidoff one time. Going into the same thing, let's just go into this hating it and it's too expensive, blah blah blah. I couldn't hate it. The construction was
Right.
great, burn was great, the flavor was there. I mean, was it worth the price? Probably not. Was it a good cigar? Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the when I smoked the Padron
Yeah,
1926.
never opened
It
that
did
one.
it didn't hit me right. Um,
So nice.
it may have been too early in my journey. Um, I don't know if it's Corojo, but at the time I wasn't big on Corojo wrapper. Uh, it's my palate has changed, so it may just hit the sweet spot now. But I know Padron is one that's one of the benchmarks in the industry. So I was always hesitant to say, no, I didn't like that. But
Yeah, the Padron 1964. That's also a good one.
I did
yeah,
enjoy the 64.
well, and two, I was drinking Sprite that day, and you know, hadn't eaten, so um, and two, I was probably a little extra stressed, you know, but that's those are the things that are supposed to relax you, and um, but I'm always willing to give it another chance. But when I know that I like this $12 cigar over here rather than the $23 cigar, when you can get two of those 12s for not knowing if you're going to like it again, you always second guess.
Yep.
Yeah, I forget where me and Kevin went one time when I grabbed an Ashton ESG.
Right. Yeah,
Got
the
up,
ES.
got up to the register and rung up, and it was $35. Kevin looked at me and goes, "How much was that cigar?" I said, "I don't know, but it better be worth it." It was worth it.
I gotcha.
I, I didn't pay that price because I bought it down in Ybor when I was down there for the festival. I probably paid like $16 for that cigar, but it was very good.
Wow. Well, I know with talking with Rob that your guys the syntax is really high there in Jersey.
It's not that bad.
That's not that bad. I
It's not
mean,
like New York.
Yeah. Well, I think he said it's 30%. So if you guys ever get down here, it's only 15%.
Oh, nice.
So
sounds like a trip.
hey, I've, the my home lounge is actually moving locations. They're getting into a bigger space, so there's going to be more lounge. And they actually have a big humidor. The humidor is going to shrink a little bit, but I think it's really going to be a nice deal. It's going to be in a standalone building rather than being on the ground floor of a multi-floor building with a rooftop restaurant directly above it that complained all the time about the cigar smoke.
Sustainable.
But
Yeah,
yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, our local lounge here. We were just talking to him the other day, and he said the same thing. He's got neighbors that are complaining about the smoke, and
he does
Yeah.
complain about the neighbors, even though me and Chrissy are friends with a neighbor. The neighbor's business.
Right.
And the crazy part, the neighbor's business, she comes into the smoke lounge and smokes with us.
I think it's more of the ventilation. Too.
Yeah, it's the ventilation.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the big things there too. They didn't do a real good job on the ventilation. But then they have a patio outside with fire pits and tables and things like that out there. So of course then it rises up out there also. But
Yeah, I
we'll
think I
see
was
how the
reading
new
somewhere
spot goes.
somewhere the other day on different ventilation for cigar lounges, and they're saying anywhere between 22,000 to 150,000 for ventilation, with like a $750 month just filtration for changing the filters. Like,
Wow.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm thinking a good strong uh vent fan or several through and just pumping it out the side or something.
Yeah, they're on the back
Um
door and suck the air through.
that's right. Put a couple of box fans in the doorway to pull it out, blow it out in the
Yeah,
parking lot.
make it a non-emergency exit and send the air smoke out that way.
For sure. For
If you ever
sure.
want to do a home cigar lounge, there's a guy called Cigar Prop. His name's
Yeah.
Kevin, and he's he's a good guy. I met him before, and he tells you about the stuff he went through to build between his humidor he built in his little lounge at his house and the ventilation systems which he uses and he recommends because he said you'd rather do it right the first time than have to redo it again. And he goes step by step and gives you the products he uses if you want to want to do a home lounge basically.
Yeah. Well, are you guys familiar with is it Jeremy's Fire? YouTube channel and he actually had a cigar blend made. He does a lot of bourbon content, cigar content, gun content, um, and he showed the different stages of his home lounge, which is also his studio. So, and I keep seeing, of course, I'm sure Rabbit Air gave him a filtration system to put it on there, but I've heard from a few people that they don't. You got to have a few in just a standard size, 12 by 12 room to keep it nice.
Yeah, funny thing is, I've been on vacation all week, so I've been sitting outside on my back deck looking at my garage, which is a 24 by 24, and I'm going, I think I can turn that into a lounge. I'm pretty sure I can turn this into a lounge.
Oh, for sure.
He's
I,
he's
I'm
got to take
I,
a
I'm doing
suburban out of it though.
Uh, that's coming out sometime.
hey, hey, hey! The Suburban could be a mobile lounge.
Nah, I've even looked at them too. Trust me,
Yeah,
this is pretty much what I do most of the time when I'm online. I look at different things for mobile lounges, different trailers, old school buses, stuff like that. Just trying to figure something out that, that the three of us can just go somewhere to like a winery or something like that and set it up and just sit there and have people come out and just enjoy cigars.
yeah. I tell you, Hayes Gray, War Dogs with their mobile lounge, they've kind of got it. They've got a good deal going. Um, again, back from the racing days, the guy I worked for, he had a 24-foot trailer that we would haul tires, motors, um, two flat carts, a roll cage cart, and um, all the tools and everything in. And of course, it had air conditioning. So if I could drive, if I could pull something like that, that would be a perfect thing. If you could like pull up at a Harley dealership or during an event or street fair, something like that would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, we have a lounge not too far from us, probably about 35 minutes away. That's what they have, a nice mobile lounge. And we see them a lot of times at different events, different wineries and stuff like that. And He's got a nice setup, all air conditioned inside. You can sit inside it. He has an awning that comes off. You can sit outside. Plus, he sells stuff from
Nice.
inside. It's pretty nice.
Yeah. We had a little cigar festival here, and they had something that was more like that, um, where they had the awning out on the side, the back was open, so it was like a deck, an outside
Yeah.
deck, and then they had the inside with the um. So that's something I might look at in my retirement, is doing something like that.
Yeah, I'm
That's
always
why I'm
looking.
hoping. That's why I'm hoping my son will finance me.
Doctor pay for that.
That's right.
A lot cheaper than golf.
No doubt. No doubt. So, a question that I've got is, we've been sitting here talking for a while. Where did Christy get her accent from?
I have no idea. She's from the South or something. We make fun of
Right?
her all the time. We
I
joke around and
got
said,
you.
"Hey, can you say this word?" She'll be like, she'll say it, and we'll like just laugh at her, like, "What did you just say?"
People ask me all the time, where are
You
you
can
from?
Well, according to her ancient, whatever that is, the online thing there, that sent whatever. What'd you get through? What was your thing you did? Your
My ancestors.
ancestry. She's supposed to be from Mongolia.
Yeah, Mongolia.
Oh,
Which we don't figure out how, because I have lineage all the way back through Germany with us, so I don't understand how she came from Mongolia.
I got you. She must be from South Jersey.
She
Yeah.
really South Jersey.
And I'm not making fun, because that's what most people sound like here. So don't misunderstand. You guys can poke fun at her. I'm not.
Trust us. Every time we tell somebody we're from Jersey, we say South Jersey because it's totally different than Dorchester.
Terrified.
Yes.
I got you.
Yeah, I have a friend. He always says, "Yeah, we're close to the Mason-Dixon line. That's why we sound like that." I'm like, what?
Well, and what's funny about it is I don't feel like I have much of an accent until I get around people from other places. But then there's people from even further south that it gets stronger, and saying things like right quick and fixing to,
Yeah.
um, and even but people. I was in a store, a shoe store the other day, and a guy said, "I'm going to sit over here and try these on right quick," and then he just kind of looked up and goes, "Did I just say that?" And he's from California, so he's been here a while. But and then you talk to somebody from Louisiana, um, or North Carolina, and even Georgia. The accents, they just really change, and it's very interesting.
Yes, because
Yeah, I
when
get it.
I
I get it all the time at work. I mean, I only work on the other side of the bridge in Philly, and they're all the time like, "Yeah, you gonna go to the creek?" I'm they're like the creek, and I'm like, "The creek? What the heck's the creek? You mean the
Crick,
creek?" No, they're like, "They're the creek." I'm like, no, it's a creek. Like, what are you guys talking about? Like,
right?
I don't get it.
I do like the
Yeah,
accents when I go down, like when I, like you said, travel baseball and stuff. I go with my son, going down to the Carolinas, Tennessee, and all that. That the accents change, and you're like, yeah, you guys do have an accent, but you kind of sound like Christy a little bit.
I was at dinner Thursday, and a girl that we hang out with all the time. She said, "I gotta ask you, where are you from?" I said, "I'm from the same damn place you're from."
We can hear Christy, but we can't see her because she doesn't want to be on the show right now.
I understand. I get it.
I've been watching the
I
damn
get it.
thing go back and forth in the same friggin' spot.
Well,
She's
she's
worried about the
always
pool, apparently.
welcome. Hey, I'm going to tell you, I've been messing with mine. The little gasket in the the head where you change the different settings to backwash and all of that. It messed up, and now it's just been one thing after another. So
We
so,
don't backwash.
but
Yeah,
I
one good
got
thing
you.
about her pool is it's nice. It's salt water.
We don't backwash.
Ah, I got you.
Yeah.
A saltwater
Yeah.
pool is real nice to get into.
And we don't have to worry
Oh,
about
for
backwash.
sure. I got you. Well, we just do chlorine. I've got too much metal furniture up there. Um, the local powder coater won't warranty their work if you have a saltwater pool. So when we get the patio furniture powder coated, we're like, no, we've got chlorine.
Mm.
So, but are you guys familiar with the Pipe Cottage YouTube channel?
No.
Oh,
No. If you ever get a chance, he reminds me of like the old Southern. He sounds like a professor, um, or when you watch these Civil War movies, the general. He sounds very educated with his pipe, and it's really. I think it's really cool. But my wife's like, no, I can't listen to that. So
I don't know. I like listening to Ish. You got to turn it up though to listen to him, but I like listening to Ish.
Can't get the subtitles.
yes, well, it's trying to. I always have to put it in slow motion to catch him.
We got we got to tell him to put subtitles under his.
Well, and what's funny is like when they were on Real Smoke the other night, I was I kind of wanted to say, okay, Ish, say something. All right, now Mick, pronounce it,
Oh yeah.
because I have a hard time pronouncing things too, especially when it comes to Spanish and
This,
Spanish in high school.
what do you got there, Gunny?
Don't
You got your cigar?
Yeah.
That was
What's Gunny smoking today?
He's smoking his regular.
Gotcha.
See?
There he is. That's
You complained
awesome.
last time he wasn't smoking a cigar.
That's right. He's hanging out. He's just one of the guys today.
Yep.
So, well, guys, I really appreciate you coming on again and just chopping it up and hanging out and having a good time. You got
we
any parting words for everybody?
Uh,
Yeah, go out there, smoke a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? Because you never know what you're gonna love or like, and you might find something that you never wanted to try before, or you want to try, and you might actually like it.
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha.
If there's any bad cigars, just just may not fit your palate. So try something else.
and as always, support your brick and mortar places.
Yes. As John Huber would say, support your local tobacconist.
Exactly.
Agreed.
Well, and of course, I hope you win the battles that you tell nobody about. So, I'm Big Al. These are the three amigos.
Cigars
Keep
with Ken.
howling.
Cigars with Kenny.
Cigars with Angel.
Cigars with Gunner.
We'll see you
Cigars with
guys.
Gunny.
Cigars with Gunny.
Cigars with Gunny and cigars with Kristen.
Hey.
Hey.